Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a genuinely fascinating thought experiment. We're going to explore the ancient Indian epic, the Mahabharata, to look at what is arguably the most exclusive, impossible VIP room in all of ancient cosmology. We're talking about the Sabha, or the assembly house of Brahma. If you've ever wondered how ancient texts conceptualize the ultimate gathering place of the cosmos, well, we are about to unpack those mysteries together. I want you to really think about this for a second. What does the center of the universe actually look like? How do you even begin to visualize the absolute epicenter of creation, where the creator himself resides? Is it a palace? Is it some entirely different dimension? Today, we're going to see exactly how the ancients answered that mind-bending question. Part 1. The Cosmic Assembly Room. Okay, so our guide for this journey is the legendary sage Narada. In the text, Narada is reporting to King Yudhishthira about a celestial place so incredible that he originally heard about it from Aditya, the god of day. Narada describes this Sabha of the Grandsire, Brahma, as being immaterial, immeasurable, and sin-cleansing. Basically, it's completely indescribable in earthly terms of form and shape. It's like the ultimate spiritual and administrative headquarters of the entire universe, radiating the splendor that just delights the heart of every single creature. Part 2. Earning the VIP ticket. Now, you can't just waltz into the center of the universe, right? When Narada heard about this place, he desperately wanted to see it, so he asked the god of day how someone actually gets in. The price of admission? 1,000 years. Seriously, Narada had to perform the Brahma vow, which meant going to the breast of the Himavat mountains and engaging in a mind-wrapped meditation for one entire millennium. Talk about the ultimate waitlist for an exclusive club. 8,000 years just to get past the velvet rope. But that grueling penance, that was only step 1. Step 2 required a very special chauffeur, because only after completing that massive vow did the sun god Surya, who possesses 1,000 rays and knows absolutely no fatigue, finally take Narada and journey with him to the Sabha. The entry requirements alone establish just how fiercely exclusive this space truly is. Part 3. Architecture of the Impossible. Let's metaphorically walk through those front doors and look at the physical space of this eternal mansion. Narada is in sheer awe when he tries to describe it. He says, within a moment, it assumes a different form that language fails to paint. He flat out admits that it's impossible to pin down the Sabha's dimensions or shape because it constantly shapeshifts. It totally defies earthly logic, language, and geometry. The space itself is an absolute paradox of physical comfort and structural impossibility. For instance, the mansion doesn't seem to be supported by any columns at all, and it's made entirely of brilliant gems of many kinds. But more than just looking pretty, it actively alters your physical state. The moment you step inside, hunger, thirst, and any kind of uneasiness completely disappear. The atmosphere sits at this perfect equilibrium, neither cold nor warm. It's an absolute, eternal paradise that knows no deterioration. And contrasting with that serene physical comfort is an overwhelming visual energy. Its celestial brilliance absolutely surpasses the moon, the sun, and fire combined. Stationed up in heaven, its blaze is so intense that Narada says it censures the maker of the day. It literally outshines the sun itself. Part 4. The Ultimate Guest List. So, who actually gets to hang out in this dazzling room? Well, it's crowded with the absolute most powerful beings across all 3 worlds. You've got top deities like Purandara and Mahadeva, accompanied by Uma, rubbing shoulders with Narayana. Then you have celestial bodies checking in as guests, the planets themselves, like Sukra, Sani, Rahu, and Buddha, and they are joined by tens of thousands of revered sages. We're talking about 80,000 Rishis with vital seed drawn up, and 50,000 Rishis who have sons. It is a massive, glittering assembly of cosmic heavyweights, all gathered in one single room. Part 5. Personifying the Universe. Now, this is where the explainer gets truly fascinating, because the attendees aren't just gods, planets, and sages. The guest list actually includes abstract concepts of the universe itself taking on physical form. To really grasp this, let's quickly define personification. It's the ancient literary device of representing a thing, element, or abstraction as a physical person. Ancient thinkers brilliantly use this to take the invisible realities that govern our lives and place them right into the room as tangible, living guests. Just picture this incredible gathering. Intelligence and space are literally in the room. Heat, water, and earth are present as physical beings. You have the ultimate human motivations: wealth, religion, and desire. You even have raw emotions like joy and aversion having to physically stand in this room waiting upon the supreme deity. And the list goes on. The four Vedas themselves, the Rig, Sama, Yaju, and Atharva, are present in their personified forms, alongside the science of healing, stories, and dramas. It's not just the elements, either. It's time and the human mind itself. Micro-units of time like kshanas, lavas, and muhurtas, stretching all the way to massive yugas and the eternal wheel of time, physically wait on Brahma. And they stand right alongside the building blocks of virtue in the mind, understanding, patience, memory, and forgiveness, right next to the wheel of virtue. It's an incredibly vivid way to visualize that every single facet of existence, from a fraction of a second to the concept of patience, ultimately traces its source back to this one central hub. Part 6. Earth versus Heaven. Let's bring this tour to its grand climax. After taking in this impossibly dazzling room and its infinite guests, we finally meet the host and bring the story back down to the earthly realm. Right at the center of it all is Brahma, the self-create Grandsire and the soul of the universe. He created everything by virtue of his creative illusion, but despite his unimaginable power, Brahma is an incredibly kind host. He honors all these exalted guests exactly as they deserve, gratifying them with sweet speech and gifts of wealth. You can just picture this bustling eternal room, always crowded with beings coming and going, all bowing their heads to the supreme deity before returning once they came. And this leads perfectly to Narada's ultimate point to King Yudhishthira. Narada essentially tells the king, listen, this assembly house of yours is unquestionably the foremost in the world of men. It is absolutely unrivaled on earth. But, he clarifies, having traveled across the celestial regions, Brahma's Sabha is the absolute, unrivaled standard across all the worlds. It is the cosmic benchmark that human kings can only ever hope to shadow. So what does this all mean for us? If this shape-shifting, brilliant room filled with personified concepts of time, space, and human emotion was the ancient center of the universe, how do we visualize our own ultimate centers of power today? Where does all our knowledge, time, and virtue gather in the modern mind? It's a fantastic lens through which to view ancient cosmology, and I hope this explainer gave you a perfect window into the impossible architecture of Brahma's Sabha. Thanks so much for joining me, and as always, keep exploring.